Hi, Derek from Good Times Marine, and we're out in the Mclay 511 Fortress. Now, the way we build these boats is a bit different from the factory setup. So we've got Steve Mclay agreeing to do a wide body version, so that pushes this boat out to a 2.2 beam, and we bring them in with a 5mm bottom sheet and the side console. They're actually available standard as a tiller steer, but to be honest with you, I don't think many people will be buying a boat of this size as a tiller, certainly in our area here in Sydney. So let's take a look at how this package has been put together, starting with the fact that I prefer not to have the driver's seat. There's so much room. The steering wheel's at a really, really good height. Visibility is amazing. And if I didn't have the 3 Bambinos on board doing spotter fishing, chasing some salmon, I'd have no seats in this boat at all. Just nice, big and open. So we'll start up at the front of the boat and work from there. So coming out the front of the boat here, if you were to tick off the boxes on the Australian order sheets from Mclay, there's a front casting deck extension. Now, I've never ordered one of these boats without a front casting deck extension, so for the cheap price it is to ticket, always get it. There's tons of room up here. We had 3 people flicking lures up here just before, and it was no problems at all. Comes standard with the little seat base up here, so if you're a lazy fisherman and you want to kick back with a seat up here, flicking your lures around, you can easily do that. Up the front, you've got the anchor well. Bowsprit standard, we've got this bow mount plate here as well. These rails are kind of handy. They don't really need to go all the way down like some brands will carry them all the way down. They do the job fine just like this. It is an option to extend the rails if you actually want that to happen. Under the front casting deck, it's just one big open area, and there is a fuel tank upgrade for underfloor. You can run tote tanks at the back, but if you like the idea of having a big fuel tank for extra range, it sits just under the casting deck, right up against that bulkhead, just to help with a bit of extra weight in the front of the boat. Now the 511, because it's standard as a tiller steer, you can actually option up with a barra transom. Now that's what this is here. So it gives you the full platform all the way across the back. You've got the engine pod, and then you've got this cool, almost like a rear casting deck area that stands here. Now we've put these pads on just for a bit of extra stability, a bit of extra grip. They're actually an option, but I think a good feature to have in the back of the boat. Storage where we've got batteries and then just general safety gear storage, whatever else you want to put in there. Plus you've got your live bait tank, which is neatly positioned in the middle at the back here. Now the bait board's an option, but it's also easily removed. It's on a slide system, and we get them in with the drawers. Whoop, 2 bungees for that extra storage. Now max horsepower on the 511 is actually on the books as 90, but if you talk nicely, you can actually get it up to 100 horsepower. So this boat we've got with a 90, and I think it's ample power. But because we've got the 5mm bottom sheet and the wide body design to it, we can actually get that extra horsepower under those options. Now interior wise for rod storage, the boat comes standard with 2 bars here which we can put a rod rack on, which gives you some rod storage on the side. I personally prefer vertical rod storage like we've got here on the console, and there's plenty of spots to be able to put extra rod racks in if you need to. The cool thing about the 511 though is just how this hull performs. You can drive it sedately and calmly and just enjoy some leisure time on the water, or if you want to have a little bit of excitement, put some trim into it, open the throttle up, and this boat just dances beautifully on its bum. Sits right up high. Put it into some corners and you can trim it up that little bit more and get it to a bit of a drift action, or trim it down a little bit and it'll just bite and turn on a dime. It's really got so much flexibility in the way the boat does handle, and it makes this boat super exciting on the water. The 511 is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying driving this boat at the moment, and I would highly recommend it to anyone because it's a boat that gives you super easy cleaning. It's really easy to clean at the end of the day. It's super functional because there's so much room to move. There's no wasted space. The flexibility of this transom is awesome as well. And having a boat that performs well offshore, it doesn't bang and just pushes through big swell, that's also a massive plus. So if you're looking for a side console, open style boat to take offshore as well as estuary boating, the 511 needs to be on your shopping list. Come down, we'd love to price one up for you and see if it's your next boat.